Alrighty, more adventures in ice and snow land. I made a mistake last night, which caused me a little bit of trouble this morning. I had added methanol to my salt brine on my tanks. Before I added methanol, I had to add some more water and some salt to it. So I do like I normally do. I hook it up to this line and I add water from underneath. About 50 gallons of water, which then goes through these hoses back over. Then I went and added methanol. What I did not do was purge this line of the fresh water I used to fill the tanks. And one of the reasons I do add fresh water from the bottom like this is you get good agitation of the salt and actually makes it melt or dissolve better. But I goofed. So I show up this morning and I've got frozen line, no liquid to flow. So out comes the torch. Out comes the chunk of stove piping, which then allowed me to get some heat up in there. And that's why we got a melted spot on the floor. But then I had to go and get air brake antifreeze. I should have had some methanol on hand, but I put it all in the tank last night. And then we bring the toolbox over, run an air line out, and we've got air going from there. Is heard that flow through, going from there, and then that flows all the way through under pressure, which then when the ice starts to break, it starts to flow. But what happens is you get as much ice out of this line as you can, add the airline antifreeze, fill that line up with airline antifreeze, and then put air pressure on it. And then the air pressure forces it through, and then while you're heating in here as best you can without melting anything, all of a sudden the air breaks through, ice gets pushed around, and next thing you know, you got air pushing in. The other thing that's nice about this is if you're mixing salt brine in here, you don't have to use a pump. You can just air agitate it. And that does a real good job of flowing it around. And as you can see, we'll go over the other tank here real quick. Oh, there's the big truck. But as you can see, as we got agitation on both tanks now, I've got both lines open, everything's flowing, back in business, and away we go out here in the Les Nessman garage. But all right, that's just how we move air and water to get stuff when it's frozen. Like I said, I had fresh water in last night, froze solid. Had to bring the unit over with the 8K generator. There's the air compressor, because, well, everything I need is pretty much on board the old tool truck. Alrighty. Toodaloo.